Man, brother, it's been a while since I've had you on the podcast. How you been?
I've been great, man.
Good, man. Thinking earlier when you asked me that question of what we're gonna talk about,
Right.
I didn't have an idea at first. I thought we were just gonna come on and talk about regular shit, but some shit happened this morning, and it made me think of trauma and how trauma relates to a lot of people that have stories that ended bad. So, a lot of people that are in jail or a lot of people who are on drugs have a lot of trauma that's not really dealt with. Maybe from their past, maybe from, like I said, addiction. But I just feel like that's one thing we can talk about today. I know we both experienced some crazy stuff growing up. And I feel like being comfortable with these conversations and open about what we go through and where we come from, I feel like the healing process can really start to form. So, for the people who don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you like to do, all that fun stuff, and then we'll just get into some shit from there.
Most of the people know me, but I'm just a regular dude. I like to play basketball, video game, and make money. Really, just a chill guy. I like to go to the clubs, but other than that, I'm just a chill bat. I just be chilling.
I feel like to go to the club is an understatement. This
Nah.
nigga loves to go to the club.
Bro, it's just like you talking about trauma, bro. That's how I cope with it.
This is cope with trauma.
Yeah, I don't fuck with nobody. I just go to the club. I enjoy drinking and just getting drunk.
Yeah. So you're not from the States originally.
No, man.
You're from Puerto Rico. Tell us what that was like and the experience there.
Bro, it's way different than here, man.
Really?
Yeah, when I first got here, everything just seemed huge. Like roads was wider and the houses was bigger. The way like the way y'all eat, well, I eat like that now too.
Yeah.
But
He's drinking Kool-Aid right now. I offered him water. It was like, this needs to be fattening. So I'm going to add some Kool-Aid and sugar.
man, I don't like water, and you know that. But over there is like I was more outside and enjoying life, really, messing with animals and just as a kid, I enjoyed my life out there. Coming over here, it was more of a stay inside type of kid. Well, I'll always play basketball, but other than that, it's more friendly over there. People here feel like they hate each other, in some kind of way. If I met some new person, like a new guy or something in Puerto Rico, they always treat people with respect until
You show the
them,
disrespect, right?
So that was a big difference here. Me going up to kids in Puerto Rico, it was a normal thing, but over here, not knowing the language and stuff, it made me nervous. But I always try to make new friends and stuff. But it was awkward, bro. They try to.
Golly.
Everybody was ragging and shit. I couldn't talk.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting called a beaner and shit. But
Damn, you're not even Mexican. That's crazy.
so it's twice as bad, man. Oh, yeah. Why you calling me a beaner, man?
Right? No, I mean, I really agree with that. Okay, so I've never been to Puerto Rico, but as a kid, I feel like we all still hung outside. Of course, we lived in the city where there wasn't a lot of animals. There's pit bulls and cats.
Right.
That's what we got. But, I can see the disconnect between people in the States. We're bred to achieve first, have relationships second, and people are just caught up in their own world that they forget that we all live in the same existence.
Right. It was awkward for me at first.
Right?
It was awkward.
No, I mean I can see how that's a big culture shock. I mean, especially now, even seeing homeless people and how disrespectful a lot of people that coming into contact with homeless people treat them.
Right.
Sometimes it's annoying where you get those people that are on drugs and that they're using that money for drugs, and that's why this topic is very important for people in all walks of life.
Right.
Because their journey started somewhere. You know, they just didn't be born homeless or born drug addicts. So, what was it like now being raised in the States, not knowing the language or the culture? How did you adapt?
It was really, I was just going with the flow, really. I was, I was always good at sports in Puerto Rico. The one thing I really missed was like baseball, volleyball, and like track. But here, like in the schools, you could get into soccer, football, basketball. That was the popular thing to do. But I miss playing volleyball and
Volleyball's fun.
and baseball. Like to get into baseball and stuff, you gotta pay here. Like you gotta pay to participate. And over there, it was like if you were good, you know what I'm saying. Somebody was like, "Hey, you want to come play for this team? How much you gotta pay?" You don't have to pay nothing. It was just like a normal thing.
Yeah.
If a kids want to play, well, get your uniform. Talk to your parents. Your parents sign something, and you just go play. And it's kind of I missed it a lot. Like at first, going from I was always active and I knew everybody and I just had a lot of fun outside of school. Going to here, you know what I'm saying? I always came home, did my homework.
Right.
But I miss playing. In the beginning, bro, I was doing my
shout out to you know who you are for helping this nigga with his homework.
On me. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
We both know who you are.
Man. Hey, call me.
If it wasn't for you, I don't know where I'd be. I ain't gonna lie. I would have flunked high school for sure.
Right.
We just drank at the same time.
I know, man. That shows the chemistry.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it was different because I just miss being active. That's it. Like my mom seen that. Like I was getting more attitude-ish and stuff. But I was growing, And once I got into that soccer team that we was on together,
right.
It was out of nowhere because I didn't even go to the school, man.
Yeah, you went to Clinton. That was crazy.
Yeah, I went over there and I asked the coach, "Hey, I want to play," And he was trying to talk to me in Spanish and stuff, and I'm like, "I'm just trying to play. I'm just trying to play."
Like, I speak English-ish.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like Puerto Rico, they'll teach you some English if you your parents want you to learn it and stuff like that. They'll give you extra like work or after school classes if you really want to learn English. But me, I wasn't into like school at all.
Yeah,
I was more into sports and
that makes sense.
I don't know, but
so what's the reasoning for you guys coming to the States?
Well, the reason I can't say it on here, but it was bad. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I came over here, it was because my parents, they made a choice, and off of their life choices, it made us come over here.
Right.
And we just had to get out of there.
Yeah.
So.
And see, and that's what I find fascinating about trauma. Like being a child who grew up in grown folks' business or had to see my parents argue. We got shot at once.
Right.
And now that I'm a father, I wouldn't want my son to know anything near that. Well, what we knew. You feel me?
Right.
And
that's why I have a baby right now, man.
Right. So, what was that like for you, knowing the situation and the circumstances, and how did that play a part in your development? Like, kids that grew up around, not saying that's what you did was grow up around violence, but kids that know the other side of that lifestyle, how did that affect you? Were you more reclusive? Were you more,
So this is crazy, man. Look, as a kid, my mom wouldn't tell me everything. My mom,
she's a wonderful woman.
Right. I love her to death, man. She didn't tell me. She just told me, like, a story that a kid could hear. Like, my dad was being So I remember as a kid, he went to jail, right? And at the moment, I didn't understand what jail was. So when I went there, I was so happy to see my dad. I didn't want to let him go. I didn't. My mom was like, he has to go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be with us right now. So in that moment, I thought he was just working. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was just making a living.
Right.
Type. I was getting, I was still getting presents for birthdays, Christmas. So I really thought he was just working. I was confused, but then again, I was like, well, if he's working,
Right.
But my brother knew.
Mm.
My big brother knew. So me and my big brother were really close when we was babies or kids,
Right.
because we only had each other. Like, we had to move from one place to another just to stay safe. But at that moment, we didn't know, like,
But,
we gotta move because we gotta stay safe. We was just moving because it's a better place.
Mm-hmm.
And then we stayed at this house that I ain't gonna say it's rich, but it was like security,
upper class.
Yeah. So basically, when I got to the house, life just became better. I went to a better school and
that was still in Puerto Rico? Or
yeah, that was in Puerto Rico. Like, we don't have AC in Puerto Rico in the schools, bro.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just a fan. But
Y'all have been dumb as shit. I would not.
I was sweating and stuff.
I sleep with a fan till this day.
Like, how teachers here, they give you pencils and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. They'll call your mom and be like, hey, he needs pencil and paper.
That's crazy.
Or they'll call, like, police on you or something. I don't know. But I was really confused, man. Until, like, a few years before I had to come here. So at nighttime, I couldn't come out.
Mm.
It's a big old basketball court right next to the house where a lot of people play, a lot of kids. I'm active. I want to go out there and play.
Right.
And my mama will always lie to me, like, she would say, "Oh no, it's fever going around. You can't go outside. You're gonna get sick." And I would I would get mad. No, I want to go. But she was just trying to hide the fact that it was something deeper than fever out there. So basically, going from that and then coming here, when we got into the house that we lived in here first, that's when everything hit. Like, I started seeing everything that I didn't see in Puerto Rico here. Like,
it's just because the environment changed and it just got more common.
See, I used to stay with my grandparents, like my dad's parents, and they didn't want us to see none of that. But once you cross the country, you know what I'm saying, you can't protect that. So my dad was like crazy, he didn't. I guess he didn't care at the moment, he was doing what he was doing, and we'll see, you know what I'm saying. It was one time I had a gun in my hand, like a kid, a 9-year-old with a, you know what I'm saying. It was like, it was crazy, bro. Like, that's when everything started to hit. Like, okay, it's I see my dad for who he really was. Like, he's not no lawyer. He's not working, mom. Like, what is he doing? And that's when my life went to well. It could have went worse, but it went from a good childhood
innocent
to poor. You know what I'm saying? It was like, cause I never needed them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the coolest shoes, the coolest clothes, but I still had clothes in my back. You know what I'm saying? I still had food. I didn't have to worry about getting food. And I remember I used to stay by the freezer out north, man, and we walked all the way to the warehouse market out there. It was like a good 45-minute drive from where we were staying. Yeah. And me and my brother, my mom was carrying groceries all the way from warehouse market all the way to the house.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like I'll see my mama cry, and I never seen my mama cry, bro. Like, that really impacted me, and when everything just went left, bro, that's when trauma,
Yeah. And see, so coming here because I was raised on the north side. Well, I lived on the north side, and I saw how empty and undeveloped in the sense it was. Like, was it like that in Puerto Rico where people like
See,
we knew we were poor, but we were just hurt about it. That's the thing. So people don't understand in America when you have poor black people, it's not by the choice of the black people. It was generations of drugs, violence, and an agenda to keep black people down.
Right.
Was it like that in Puerto Rico? You know, some people, of course, you will have money. Other people will just be comfortable, but you guys didn't feel less than anybody else.
See, I know about like the word racist until I got here. Like that's not a thing in Puerto Rico, bro. Most of my family like look dark.
Yeah.
Like we have people that look hella white. People that look white with black people like curly hair type. Like,
Right.
we didn't know none of that. Like that was one thing that was crazy about here. Like my parents' friends would tell me, hey, you gotta stay away from this side of town. You can't be out here at nighttime. There's a lot of violence. But in Puerto Rico, it's the same thing.
Right.
It wasn't a big difference on the violence, or you had to stay inside. You know, when the lights come on, you got to go in.
Right.
Type. But the big difference was that you see it more like freely. Like you wouldn't see people doing drugs outside in Puerto Rico. Like
It's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Because I remember you telling me that Puerto Ricans have like a really high ethics. You know, like of course they'll do whatever they need to do, but that's only to people who live that life.
Right.
You know,
So,
they won't take advantage of innocent people.
So this is this is how I think the gangster life is in Puerto Rico. They don't involve kids, wives, or family members. And if you kill the wrong person, then you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, they really respect the fact that they don't want kids to grow up to it. You know, they don't want you seeing that. So if they see like crackheads or something trying to do like needles or something, and there's kids around, they'll check that guy like to the max. I'm not talking about like, hey, you can't do that here. No, you can't do that here, and they'll beat them up or something just to show them, you can't do that here. And I didn't see it a lot, but growing up with a person that dealt with it, like sold it and stuff, then I seen a couple things, but like that's what I seen the difference here. Like it was motherfuckers walking with a blunt in their mouth, or we'll go to the gas station and there's somebody snoring or a crackhead snoring.
Right.
And my mom will always try to like keep me away from that. But that's the difference, bro. Like gangsters over there keep it to themselves. Like if there's a shootout about to happen, it's everybody yelling. Everybody's yelling, get your kids, they're here. Or when the fucking car that you don't know that, get inside, type. It's different like that. Here is like
it's everybody for themselves.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna shoot at you because I'm gonna shoot at no matter who's around. I'm gonna shoot at you.
Yeah, and
that's what I think. Like the big difference of a gangster here and a gangster over there. Like the culture, like mafia. I'll be watching this stuff. They was like that too. They didn't go after your wife or kids. They don't do that. Let a white motherfucker, crazy motherfucker, serial killer, they'll go
after everybody,
anybody.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. That's the big thing, especially on the north side, is that having that division between everyone really shows the lack of progression that's going to happen on that side of town.
See, I have a lot of black friends, bro. So we be talking about this, and I'm an outsider because I don't know how they feel.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I go outside. I'm not afraid of getting killed by a policeman or something like that,
Right.
or you know what I'm saying. But I can't feel their pain, bro. Because if they look at me, they're gonna look like I look Mexican or Puerto Rican. Black person, bro. They just kill them left to right, like. But I try to tell them like, it's Mexicans out here that will do anything for their family, bro. And you see them go from nothing to having everything. Mm-hmm. But it's like 6, 7 of them living in the house for quite a while, and then they just split after everybody has their stuff.
Right.
I think that's what one of the big things about black people, like they just trying to kill each other over some money that's not even worth it, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree that there's a lot of senseless killings between black people for no reason, especially gangs and right. Everything that comes from that. But what I heard and when I was talking to somebody a while ago, he was like, these people who come to this country that like Mexicans or Asians, you see a lot of them have like Asian buffets or Mexican restaurants. I heard they get like a grant from
they get a loan.
Yeah, from the country. Yeah. And black people, we can't. Like the opportunity is there, but the road is very difficult. There's people that I know who were children that had a bill in their name. Like like I didn't understand that as a child. Like, oh, hello, yes, I'm calling for Julian Query. I'm 12. Why is there a light bill in my name? Not saying, that happened, for example. And then, let's say the lights get cut off. Now that's your credit being fucked up from something you can't control.
Right.
So when it comes to these loans or comes for these people killing for money, there's no other option in their mind.
Right.
Like, you have to understand their mom was born there. Their grandmother was born there.
Right.
They were on drugs. Their mom was like, it's a trauma that is passed down because there is no other remedy for that pain.
Right. That's why I think I drink now.
Right. Like, people don't, and that's why when people talk about black people, it really hurts my feelings, because it's like you see a group of people. Like, let's just say you're an alien, right?
Right. And
you saw the history of black people, and you see, like, the treatment now. It would be very confusing, because you will see that they are now being taught to hate each other. Back in slave times, they had the dark people in the field, and they treated the light skins a little better. Now you have a division between the own people.
Right.
And then you have segregation, and then you have Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, one saying be peaceful, the other one say if he hits you, you hit them back. Now you have a division there.
Right.
And now you have rappers, entertainers who will say fuck that dude because he's, something else, or fuck that dude, but you're both making money. Now there's division there.
Right. I never understood that about rappers, bro. Like, there was a thing in Puerto Rico, like, rappers was trying to get out of, they were thugging, but they were trying to get out of it while rapping.
Right.
But they'll get killed on the way getting out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like rappers are trying to rap to get into the thugging.
And see, and don't get me wrong, I like a song that was like, if a nigga run up on me, I'm a but like, to me, I want it just to be storytelling. I don't want it to be an actual fact. I don't want you to actually run up on a nigga and kill him.
Right.
You feel me? Like, the stuff you read, like, I'm pretty sure the guy who made it, he don't really want a clown to come kill children.
Right.
But he put it out for entertainment. He put it out because that's what people like to see.
Right.
And I feel like if rappers understood that, then it starts to become easier to distinguish the rapper from the individual. Right. And that's what I was saying about black people. It's very difficult to get them out of that cycle, right, because it's like, if I try and it don't work, then it's for nothing.
Right.
But people don't understand, if you try, what if it does work? What if you can make an impact? What if you can leave the hood? and that's what we don't get. Like little Johnny or little Jose, for example. You see your dad waking up, working out the taco truck or working at the car shop. Johnny, he sees his dad becoming a lawyer. My dad's not there, or my dad's a gang member.
Right.
Like my uncle on my dad's side, he calls his little kid, he calls his son shooters, and it's like you're giving them, you're predestining them to be. I don't want to say failure, but you're predestining them not to be strong men. You're teaching them how to be a gang member, a gangster, an individual who will take a life that looks like them.
Right.
And when people got mad, or still get mad about the Black Lives Matter movement, and they say, well, a lot of black people are killing black people. Well, of course. If you put a whole bunch of lions in a cage, and you don't give them no resources, but they can see zebras and other people having a great time, and then they give this lion drugs or food, and now he's selling it and making money. Well, I want that.
Right.
I can't go take it from them because I'm afraid of them, but I can take it from you, and I can kill you. Right. And that's how it continues to go. Then you have gang members because it's like, well, those niggas over there, they jumping me. Well, let's just have our own little people and go jump them. Right. And take over this and take over that. We want to be so successful that we're able to kill each other unconsciously to own something that we rent.
That shit crazy, bro.
Like we grew up in Riverview. It would be weird if we were, beefing with somebody in Brightwaters. But somebody can kick us out of that apartment and we'll never live there again. But we just beat up somebody from across the way or killed somebody because that's where we live or that's where we hang out.
Right.
And that's where that trauma comes from. It's a constant cycle of darkness and hurt that people really don't see. Like, imagine if you can talk to the gangsterest person, not as a man, but talk to him as a boy, and see all the hurt that boy had to go through. Then you'll see a boy that is just still a boy, but in a man's body.
Right. I know a lot of people like that, man.
Right.
I know. Like, I have a close friend that he went through a lot, like worse than me. Mm-hmm. Like, he felt like his family didn't love him. And the way he thinks now is just, like, totally different to how I think about life. Like, I feel like it's still your choice. Like, at the end of the day, it's your choice to go this way, which is bad, or that way.
Well, shit, look what we're doing. We made a choice.
Right. But at the end of the day, I understand his pain. Like, I try to tell him, hey, it's so much I can do. I can't put myself in his shoes because I've never been there.
Right.
But I could tell him like listen to some motivational stuff. Mm-hmm. Wake up and don't be negative and be positive. But I feel like it's at the end of the day, it's a choice.
Right.
A choice that you make. Like, there's a lot of people that I grew up with on the west side that are doing great. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, I thought they were going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up, all they knew and all they were doing is, like, street stuff, But they came out to be, like, great people. I'm saying they still thugging, but they doing their thing. Like,
right.
It's not, like, reckless. It's more about, like, taking care of business. Mm-hmm. And I got respect for that because not everybody can do that. Not everybody can get out of that mindset to where, oh, let me leave the past and let's see what the future gets me.
Right.
But then I see people that, still in that and they ain't doing nothing for themselves. Like, I really feel like it's a choice at the end of the day. Like, like it's really on you. Like, I made a choice growing up.
Right.
I kept making my mom look like a fool every time, every 2 or 3 days coming to school.
Fighting and shit.
Suspended. You got 36 referrals. We can't keep them.
Right.
You got 36 referrals? 36 referrals? And it's not even the end of the year, bro. It's like midway.
We're only 15 days in.
Right. And like, when they put me in Met Franklin, that's when everything changed. Like, I was in there with people that didn't give a fuck about life.
Right.
Like, I thought I was bad. No, these niggas didn't give a fuck about nothing. they didn't care who was around. We had police in every class. Like, they didn't care, bro. Like, I was like, am I doing that? Like, I'll go to school. I don't know nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, comes at me, I'm gonna come back like, what you want? Like,
yeah. And you was a lot smaller back then,
right.
too.
So it was like, it made me think. Like, my mama, like, I didn't see all the pain that I was putting my mama through. Like, like, at one point, it was like we was driving to school and she's like, I can't do this no more. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you taking me to school? And she's like, you think I can do this for the rest of my life? Like, you just being bad. I don't have to take you to school. Like, I'm wasting gas out of my pocket to feed you, and then now I gotta put extra money in the tank to take you to school when you had a bus taking you to school. Like, that's when I think everything changed. Like, just when everything was going bad, but I couldn't see it at first. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. Like, some people got to see it, and some people don't have that opportunity. Like, some people are too caught up in their feelings and how life's going, and it's too late. They in jail or they get killed, and I had the opportunity, so I took. I graduated middle school, and I had to go to the big office to talk to police officers and other people to be able to go back to the TPS. Like, I had to go through a drug screening and just a whole bunch of paperwork that is promised. Like, if I mess up once, if I had one referral through high school, they would just take me out of TPS.
Damn.
Like, that's where I changed my whole thinking of life. Like, do I really want to be like the man that I seen when I was growing up, like my dad, going through all that? And I really stopped thinking about myself and started thinking about others around me.
Right.
Like, I have a sister, and I had a sister, she was small, she elementary, and my mom would argue with me every day because I just couldn't get my act right, just because I was hurt because I didn't have my dad around, and that's where I think you have your own choice. Like, you make that choice in life. Like, do you want to be bad or do you want to be,
But when can an individual, like, what age do you think an individual can consciously make that decision? Because I know I'm a different person I was a year ago or even 2 days ago, and that's the thing. Like, yes, it's a choice, but it's difficult to understand the other side of something that seems like a fantasy. So what did you do, and how did you motivate yourself to actually make that fantasy a reality and being better as a person?
I feel like I wasn't taught to be a man. Mm-hmm. Like, I always have my mom. Right. She's a woman.
Likewise. Right.
So I really think that's a big part of why I was being so bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person that made you don't love you. That's how I see it. That's how I seen it. Like, me and my dad cool now. Like, I understand, I understand now what life choices he made he's his own person. You know, I don't know what he was going through in his head,
Right.
but like I wasn't taught to be a man. Like I'm learning still to this day. I'm still learning how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I treated a lot of people bad. I bullied a lot of people. I just thought I was the shit, really.
Yeah.
And from seeing from my dad, you know, my dad had a lot of respect, you know, and I wanted that respect. So no matter who it was or, you know, whatever trouble I can get into, you know, just to show that I want that respect.
Right.
I was craving it, you know. So,
but going back, you were saying once you found out your dad wasn't going to work or wasn't a lawyer, how did you start to see him differently, and what mentally did you think that you had to do moving forward?
that shit really broke me, bro. That shit, I spent. So when my mom and dad, like when my mom kicked my dad out of the house, I was really confused. Like, my dad wasn't around much, so I was really why
And now you kicking him out, yeah.
Yeah, like why you kicking him out? Like, I used to cry in my room just thinking where my dad is. I miss my dad, and then that would put stress on my mom, and I couldn't understand it at the time. You know he at the time he don't want me. You know what I'm saying? At the time, oh, he don't give a fuck about me. But now I can see like what I'm going through and like relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like in relationship, people have fights, you know, and differences. So I understand it better now. But then it was just like that's why I got mad all the time. Like I feel like I just had to be mad, man. I just had to take my anger by being mad. That's what I feel like I was good at. You know, oh, I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? My dad didn't come home today. Well, tomorrow
now I
at
have
school.
an excuse.
Yeah,
I have an excuse to be bad.
Tomorrow at school, I'm gonna do some stupid shit. I'm gonna slap somebody, or I'm gonna call somebody fat, or oh, that guy, that boy has titties. Everybody laughing type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No.
You remember them days?
Quite too well. No, but and so I feel like I've learned a lot as a father, and seeing both perspectives from child and parent. When you said your mom used to get, you know, she used to cry or get upset that your father isn't around. To me, that hurts so much, knowing that you can't do anything to satisfy your child's sadness,
right,
because it could hurt them, but you don't want to destroy their views of somebody they love. You know, I feel like my mom probably did that. I mean, once we got older, there was a lot of your dad's not this, he's, you know, not a good person.
Right.
You know, all that hatred, but you know, sometimes it was just, you know, where's dad at? Oh, he's, you know, in California visiting his family type shit, like.
Right.
And when we saw him, I was like, Dad, you know, happy, you know.
Yeah, right.
And my mom, she always used to say, why am I the one getting all the hate and the hurt, and I'm taking care of you guys? But when your dad comes around for a couple hours, you love him. And I'm like, well, just for that reason alone. We don't see him. So the emotions that only come out is happiness. Because we don't know when that sadness will come back.
Right. Well, my mom was different, bro. My mom was like, whatever my dad did, she would not say nothing. She would, if you want that man to be your dad, then go ahead. She would not bash him. She would not be like, oh, you got to give me money to see your kids. She would be happy that we would spend time with our dads. Like, it was a time in my life where my dad would, oh yeah, this Saturday, oh, I'll come see you this Saturday, and it turned into, I'll come see you this Saturday.
Yeah.
And for a long time, like, And she still didn't like. She still didn't get mad at him. Like she was mad, but she wouldn't like when we want to see our dad or talk to our dad. She would
Never
make
took
a
that opportunity
yeah
away.
make that happen. But I really that's why I can't have no kid right now, bro. Like
It's scary.
yeah, I want a family, bro. Like I
We'll,
want
we'll, we'll get into a relationship a little later.
my bad, bro.
But no, it's fine. It's fine. But no, I feel like that's a really big thing. It still even correlates with trauma.
Right.
You know, because if I, you know what I'm going through with
Right,
my
right, right,
son's
right,
mom.
right, right.
And I feel like if there was that unity between my parents to show us, even though we go through hard times, this is how we handle them as adults. Or this is how we love each other through the sadness or through the hurt.
Right.
And, I'm happy for you that you're being an adult about not wanting to bring somebody into this world because you know the odd side of life. What can happen when someone doesn't see their dad every day. Right. Or what can happen when they're moved out of a country or a situation that they're in and put into a whole nother environment. Right. So, you graduate middle school, you meet with everyone, you go to high school. As a freshman, what was that like after coming from Franklin, trying to better yourself?
Bro, it was...
Because they still had freshman beatdown, didn't they?
Right, yeah.
That's why I didn't go to Webster. I was so scared.
Man,
I was terrified.
That was the best time of my life, man. Freshman year, I thought it was going to be scary, man. I remember the first day I had to meet. I wasn't allowed at the school until school started and everybody was in class. That's when my mom was able to take me and meet with the principal and all these big people. And at first I was scared, man. I was like, what's high school like? You know what I'm saying? And now I went from seeing 10, 15 people in school to 500. Yeah. So it was cool. It was like I was excited, but I was scared at the same time. But Webster was fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. Webster was. I wasn't the person that started shit or try to make school about drama. Or I stayed away from drama, But Webster was fun. Most of the people don't like Webster. But my freshman year and the upperclassmen that were there for my freshman year, and 12th graders and stuff, everybody was cool,
Really?
Like I got into basketball again and it was just different. It was totally different from my middle school. I felt like life was getting back to it's a great life type of feeling. Like I wake up and I was ready for school. Like my mom was like looking at me like you already ready for school? You waking up on your own type, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you got your shoes ready, clothes ready. I wasn't like that. School, to get me up for school in middle school, my mama had to wake up like an hour early just to wake up, come on. Every 10 minutes, wake up. I ain't trying to go. You gotta go. No, I ain't trying to go. Fuck school. You gotta go to school. Come on. To waking up by myself and wanting to go to school, it was different. It was like it was amazing. Like I started having girlfriends, And
you had girlfriends in middle school. Don't
I didn't.
He took all my girls. Okay, I didn't have girls, but he took all the ones I liked.
I didn't take nobody's girl.
He is a liar.
Anyways, but
if it wasn't for you, I'd be a macaroni right now.
Listen, bro.
That same girl,
Listen, bro. Listen. I did not take nobody's girl, and I wasn't into girls like that yet. Like freshman year, I was more focused in basketball.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Crazy, man.
It's some good weed. I thought I was trying to be a sidekick and finish the sentence.
I miss doing that, man. I would dead ass be missing smoking weed, bro. I just can't do it, man. I feel like weed make me lazy, bro.
Really?
I ain't gonna lie to
you.
you.
It motivates me. You see how great this podcast is?
On me. But still, bro.
Hey, I'm asking you killer questions. This is
Oh God,
amazing.
making me think about my trauma and shit. No, I don't like that. I might have to smoke a blunt at this.
Yeah, I'm telling you. No, but this is why I made this podcast, so that people who can't have these conversations or don't have brothers like you or like me, they get to see that hope and happiness is there. Right. You know, like if you take that initiative, I've met so many good people podcasting, so many ambitious people that want to do better, that are doing better. Like the guy I have the other podcast with, he just got a little role in a movie that he's about to be right, and it's like I would never know if I didn't put myself out there and put that trauma behind me and put that insecure little boy who was overweight, who didn't have, the nicest clothes or shoes, who didn't have self-confidence, who had handsome friends. I don't know how that happened, but to
not one of them.
to the confident person I am now, to the person who has his own podcast.
Yeah, I see that.
Right.
I can't say I'm proud because then you go get lazy and shit and then stop doing what you're doing. Man.
There's sometimes I'm thinking about buying some Starburst on the way to work.
What the?
That's it's been on my mind for a cool 15 hours,
bro. But yeah, I seen that on you, like. But every time I say I'm proud of you, bro, you just like, I did it type of feeling. That's why every time I lost this amount, lose 50 more.
Right. No, I agree, man.
When I see you eating out, I'll be like, you can't be doing that, man.
Man, I don't be eating out as much as you think I be eating out.
I be eating out a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
But I only.
You still look good.
Yeah, because I only eat one time.
When you and Baron had abs, bro, that used to piss me off.
Why?
Because every time, take a picture, abs.
Yeah, that was the move back then. That was the move.
Was in one picture and one bathroom mirror. 12-pack of abs between the both of them.
I still got that picture, bro.
Yeah,
crazy, bro. We was ugly. We was ugly as fuck, bro.
Looked like two worms with abs.
And a big ass head. I had a big ass head. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Y'all niggas had to take 3 pictures and put them all together.
Oh, God. Nah, but you could get there, too. You could get.
That's my goal. People ask me, like, how much weight you want to lose? I just want abs. And I won't make dick longer. That's
let's not talk about that.
No, that's my goal.
No,
is to have a longer dick.
Oh my God!
So I can have sex in all the positions that I couldn't as a fat guy.
So let me ask you some questions, man.
Okay.
So
hold on.
Let me ask you some questions, man.
Hey,
so
man, this is some good weed, by the way.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? But
shout out to weed.
Yeah. Anyway, so you think being handsome is like a better life?
Not necessarily. In school, yes, and that's what I had to find out. Becoming a man, becoming a father, is that the women who make good wives, women who make good mothers, they don't necessarily look at physical appearance.
Look at money.
Right. Like no. I mean
I'm just playing.
There's a whole category of women.
Right.
Some that just go for money, some that just go for look. But the woman that I want,
not now. That in school, yes. Now,
even now.
Now, no. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not that good looking. I'm not saying I'm the best looking motherfucker, but I've been through some fucked up shit because of money and female. Yeah. Like only if you knew, man. I'm just saying this because I feel like you as a child and you saying you had handsome friends. Mm-hmm. Bro, I've been through some fucked up breakups, man.
Right.
I don't wish that pain. I'd rather hit my toe on the table, bro.
Shit, every day?
Every day. Instead of getting fucked. going through a bad breakup. Look,
Yeah.
look. I'm not saying I've always been perfect in a relationship, but like, fucking, you thinking about having like, me personally, I don't want a lot of girls, bro.
Right.
I don't want to be out here just fucking,
But he is.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't be lying, bro.
I be getting people trapped. Like, I had this comedian on, and I was like, yeah, you was eating pussy, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I don't eat pussy. I have a girlfriend. So.
No, you uploaded, yeah.
Yeah.
With the dread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I be getting people trapped. I'm not
But
really
listen.
needing to.
But listen, bro. It's cool, like, when you a kid and you have that attention, like, at first, yeah, that shit cool as fuck. Like,
right.
Oh, damn, I had her, you know what I'm saying? I had her. That was my girlfriend.
And
Damn, you had her?
A lot of bitches was ugly back then. Like, I look at some of the girls that I thought was pretty in middle school, they were ugly.
Right, but some that came out beautiful.
Man, there's... I'm going to have to tell you who I just started talking to.
No, yeah, after the podcast.
Yeah, who... Actually, I'm like...
Anyway, but listen. All I'm saying is, like, handsome is, like, I'm not handsome, but I'm saying, like, you looking at other people, like, being handsome and shit, that brings pain too, bro.
Right,
like, I've been played plenty of times, and that's not a good feeling, bro. When you giving your all to somebody, bro, and you're changing your ways of thinking and how you do stuff, and to make sure that girl, or that other person feels, oh yeah, he's on mine, and then boom, stop talking, stop seeing each other, go to the club, see him with somebody else. That shit hurts. But luckily at the club,
you were handsome enough to get worked on and numbers and shit.
There's Hennessy at the bar. Yeah, pour me, man. Give me 2 shots, man. Fuck it.
I was very disappointed in the Hennessy that I had because it tastes just.
Bro, you be getting drunk off of 1 bottle. I've been seeing that, bro. I'm not saying. I'm a drinker.
Who is out here knocking back 15 Hennessy bottles?
Nobody.
15 Jose Cuervos. How do you say that?
Cuervo.
Cuervo?
In Spanish, cuervo.
Quarter.
But nah. Like, I'll drink you. That's all I'm saying.
I'll smoke you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Any day. Because I got baby lungs.
So you can outdrink me, but I'll be able to get back home right here.
It's called Uber. I got an app called Uber.
You gonna call 911?
Before the club closes at 1:45. I know this. So I already have an Uber.
My back starts to tingle when it's 1:30.
No, I ain't gonna lie. One time, me and my homeboys, we went out. I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I got home. I know I ordered an Uber, and I told everybody, hey, at 2:15, there's gonna be an Uber coming. Mm-hmm. And throughout the club, getting close to 2, they assign you a driver. Mm. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it's this kind of car, bro. But for some reason, when I knew what type of car it was, I was like, I need to go get another drink. And I got 2 drinks. And I thought somebody else wanted a drink, so I have 2 cups. Club about to close in like 30 minutes. What do I do with the cups? I gotta drink these motherfuckers. So I was like, on to the second one. Gone. But that's how I know you can't outdrink me, because I have a whole bunch of experience with some of my close friends, and they say I can drink. I can drink.
So we're talking about relationships and drinking and having bad experience with both. Do you think that adds to the trauma, or is just the product of the trauma? Because, like, drinking is cool, but getting drunk is not cool. Does that make sense?
Right.
Having a girlfriend is cool, but being played or cheating on her is not cool. So it's like, do you just... Yeah, I mean, I guess, does having those experiences add to the trauma that you already have? or it's caused by the trauma you have?
So
Kind of an odd question, but it makes sense.
Yeah. So basically, I made my own trauma in relationships. Really, I can't trust nobody no more. Like, I can't trust a female. You got to show me, you know. It's
What does that look like?
Well, basically, I just got to know that you're for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not that toxic, but I know I'm toxic. I'm more of like, oh, you can go to the club or you can go out with your friends and, you know, have a good time. I don't believe in oh, you can't go with your friends because she's a hoe or she's a son. Oh, she gets too drunk and nah. Like, my thing is like, I want to see who you are before I like.
But how do you do that?
I don't know, bro. Like, sometimes these bitches are good. They're good. They're fucking good, man. Like, man, not too long ago, bro. Like,
that's the best thing I've ever heard you say. Bitches, they're good. I'm good, so I know what good is. They're good.
No. I mean,
they are good.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
I need
you
some
probably
coochie
said
in my life, man. Huh?
Anyway, you know who you are. Anyways, yeah, but like, I just gotta know that you're for me. The way I know is through time, and the affection you give me. Like, like this how I know. This how I know now.
So you need to not have sex until you figure that out.
I don't have sex on the first date.
Nigga, okay, you could have a date and then the next day another date and fuck that day. That's what.
Okay,
that's what I keep telling you.
No.
You keep fucking these bitches.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not fucking a whole bunch of bitches. No, you making it seem like I'm just fucking every bitch out here. Anyway, and I just don't have sex with just anybody, bro. Bro, come on now. You know me.
Oh yeah, not black women.
but I feel like how I know a bitch really fuck with me is the way she treats me, and then when she treats me when she's happy, and then when she treats me when she's mad. Like, a bitch would treat you like in the beginning, everything is beautiful, nigga. I'm talking about everything.
So after the first 6 months is when you truly start to.
I wouldn't say 6. I wouldn't put time on it. You can fall in love with a person in like a day. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy bitches out here like that. Right. Yeah, crazy men like that too. But when everything's going good in the beginning, everything's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? I me personally, I try to be the best Jose. Like, try to show him who I really am. You know, and I go all out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to go to eat? You want to go watch a movie? Or trying to go to the club?
But see, can you keep up that? Right?
No, that's when things get. That's when things get to when you get to know them. Like, when shit start going left. Like, let's say, because at first I treat girls a certain like women differently every time. Like, I see where I fucked up over here, and then the next girl comes and I treat them differently. Like, okay, I can't be this nice type. You know, this was too nice because the bitch controlled me,
right?
Or the bitch used me. So I go over here and treat him like, okay, let me see what you're about. But that's what I like about relationships too. Like, you can learn from this shit. You can learn. Like, I've learned a lot. I mean, I date for a long time, and it's just like now like the last few years, bro, I've been single, but I've been having situations like, not back to back, but I've been having situations where like it was going great, bro. Like, it was going amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing everything in my power to keep that connection, to keep that fire and stuff. But people change, feelings change, and when they're mad, that's who they really are. Like when they nice, they treat you like a king. You know what I'm saying? And one little thing can set it off. Oh, you was over here with this bitch. What the fuck? What? I thought. I mean, I'm not fucking her. I'm not. Oh, but you over there flirting, and one little thing can change the whole attitude. And then, oh, you ain't shit. You out here fucking bitches, and you don't care about me, and it'd be a whole different person, bro. Like, I would never, like, to this day, bro. Every girl that I've been with, I ain't never talk shit about them. I ain't saying not a damn thing. People ask me what happened. What happened to them? We moved on. She's happy. I'm happy. Oh, I heard this. Nah, I don't know nothing about that. Oh, she was a hoe anyways. All right, bro. That's what you know.
That's your reality,
right? Like what I seen. If she was a hoe, okay, let her be a hoe. Yeah. What the fuck? It's not me no more. I'm not with her. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna talk shit about whoever, then do it over there. I don't want to hear about that shit. I don't. You know, life is It's like you learning every day. Like I don't care about all that. Like your situation. Like you're learning from it, ain't you? Mm-hmm. So why go over here to this other person and talk hella bad? Like why go to a different girl and talk about this girl? Like why does that matter? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been with a few girls that have baby daddies and shit. I'm like, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know. Oh, we did this, we did that. Oh, okay, well, I'm here now. Yeah, I'm here now. So, what is that about? Like, that's a big turn off.
No,
I'm a good stepdad though.
That's what I was meaning to talk to your goofy ass about. I'm getting real sick and tired of you and Baron posting that dumb shit.
What?
I'm a great stepdad. Stop advocating for stepdads and be a good actual dad, nigga.
Right. I can't make it, bro. It's so scary to have a kid, bro.
Right. So I was listening to this comedian, and he was on this podcast, and he was saying, kids love me, and I was dating this girl who had kids, and we were together for.
Hold your thought, bro.
See how I get treated by handsome people. He was just like, hold that thought. Is it somebody handsome?
Nah, it's I forgot her name. Jordan. She was just saying, what was I doing?
Yeah, she gonna be on the podcast as well.
Yeah, oh God. But go ahead. And, so stepdad.
Yeah. So he was saying, man, like these kids fell in love with me in a sense, and me and their mom broke up, and I was about to leave, and one of the children broke down, and he was like, I stayed, because I loved that child. And that's the thing. It's like you get into the relationship with a person who has children, and you build a connection with children who felt the same way you did when you were younger, not having a dad. And then when they actually find somebody who they think is truly there to build a family, and you're just there for sex, or just there because she's your girlfriend, you're not looking for anything serious. Now you're actually hurting these children twice as much. Now they don't trust men. Now the boys don't understand a father is actually supposed to be. They're actually supposed to care, not just manipulate and take. The girls don't get the sense of what a husband looks like. They just think, well, if you have a pussy, you can have sex with whoever you want, and that's love. So, not saying that's wrong. You can't be a good stepdad, because my stepdad's great. I learned a lot from him.
I'm a great stepdad.
But if you're gonna be a dad, be a real dad. Uh-huh. For me to you, that's just as an actual dad who sees this little motherfucker every day.
Listen.
Every morning. Every night. Oh my God.
Listen, bro. That's one thing, bro. Like, my mom always asks me, when you gonna give me a grandkid?
When you got grandkid money?
Oh God. Listen. Like, I can't have a kid right now, bro, because I don't want to be a baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a.
Oh shit! I didn't either.
That's my baby daddy.
I did not.
That
either.
nigga, my baby daddy.
And that's why I don't feel like I'm not disappointed. Okay, hold on. I'm disappointed in myself.
For what?
Because of what I allowed to happen. I allowed for my temper to take control of me. I allowed to let her past control how I saw her in the future. I allowed myself to be jealous where I shouldn't have.
Listen, bro.
So no, hold on. Hear me out because this is like genuine. I'm not saying I regret anything.
Right.
Because.
But I feel like you're just blaming yourself too much, bro.
No, I mean no, and see that's why I'm trying to word it a little differently. I'm not blaming myself because I feel like I'm the sole reason we're not together. I'm blaming myself because the experience I could have left in my mind and in her mind and in history itself could have been a little different. Even though if we still would have broke up, it would have been better than what we're going through now.
Right.
You know,
First
if I could have still gained the knowledge without making her cry as much, or making myself angry at shit that shouldn't have been even tripped over, then I would have taken that route. Right. So that's what I feel like my trauma brought forth. You know, seeing my parents argue, seeing them fight. I saw my dad, stepdad, and mom all have like one big ass fight. You feel me? And it was like the day before state testing type shit. And, you know, having to just relive that and not understanding who to pick, who to trust. You know, I thought I could do better. I thought I could achieve better because my whole life people told me how great I was. You know, people told me I speak really well. And that to me gave me a false sense of I guess, pride. Mm-hmm. You know, like, well, I mean, what they say can be true. What they're telling me I can become can be true. But actually being in it and having to put these morals or these practices in play to keep a woman happy or to keep the relationship stable is a lot harder than people realize. Like, I didn't understand when she's going through a mental breakdown, I have to be as gentle and as loving as possible. I can't be like, well, I have anxiety or depression too, so I can't help you, I can't love you. That's not what a boyfriend is. That's not what a man is.
Right.
I'm noticing now, I mean, even to this day, like earlier we got into an argument and I just let her talk. Right. Because I understand that yes, now I'm not being heard or her problems are now on me. But to see her actually release the pain and the anger that maybe she's not comfortable with releasing, to me that's beneficial than telling her to be quiet or telling her to get out or shut up. Because now I feel like when she gets that out of her system, now it leaves room for positive feedback. It leaves room for empathy the next time. You know, she can be a better mother because now all these insecurities of me not loving her or her not being a good mom is out there, and now I can play my role differently.
Okay. I'm not trying to be funny or anything. Was you thinking this when you was hitting it?
No. No, not at all. Exactly. And that goes back to not understanding what a relationship.
You did that pretty fast, man.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I ain't gonna lie.
I
was like, what? This nigga, what?
I look back on it, Jose, and I truly did not see my life this way. Not in one single.
Listen to me. I thought I was gonna have a kid before you.
Right. I thought a lot of people would have children before me, and that's why
because I beat you.
Right, and that's why I want to make this podcast for other boys who don't have a father, or even for my son,
gotcha.
that is gonna see this one day, like explaining to him, sex is
a beautiful thing.
Yes, but it's so unnecessary. when it comes to actually loving someone fully.
Okay.
Because like
I feel you, I feel you.
however long sex lasts, when you guys are done and there's no connection there,
Oh yeah.
that's the most painfulest thing to feel.
It's not painful, but you know it's trash. Like,
It's empty.
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I know how you feel.
sometimes,
I know how you feel.
like sometimes, like now when we have sex, I'm like, I don't feel like you enjoy. I don't feel like this. Like I just feel like we're just going through the motion, and that is like
That's pain.
yeah.
That's pain, bro. Cause
Not knowing that maybe I can just hold her hand while we're watching a movie, or rub her feet after a long day.
I can't do that. Oh, rubbing her feet. That understandable.
You know, or making sure.
You know, let me tell you a little story, man. Let me tell you a little story.
I
Let me tell you
stories.
Let me tell you a little story, man. So, at my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's guys that are immigrants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, about a week ago, my boss told me, "Hey, you gotta take some wood to one of my employees." I'm like, "Okay, well, all right, I'll do it."
Mm-hmm.
So I go there, and it's one of the employees. I know him. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" And he's like, "I'm doing good. You know, you ready to put the wood inside?" I was like, "Yeah." So after I got done with that, I went and talked to him, and I was like, "Cause he got a mortgage. I've been renting, and you know, and I just wanted to know like what's the process."
Yeah.
So he's like, well, basically you have to have good credit or whatever. So the conversation went from credit to relationship. So, cause I asked him, "Hey, you got a girl? You know, see these pictures on here, and that your girl, or whatever?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Y'all happy?" And he's a 19-year-old with a mortgage, and he has his own car. Like, doing floors, you can get paid a lot. So, I was like, "So how's your relationship?" He's like, "Well, this was great. I mean, I don't have to worry about nothing. She's a loyal girl, respectful. Food gets done when I get home. Clothes are made. Showers ready for me." I was like, how you get that? How you get so lucky?" He was like, "Well, I don't know, but one thing I know is that she's not stressing. Like my relationships before this, like I was trying to rush him. So I was like, explain that, bro. Like how were you rushing him?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the love, I guess." And he said basically like, I started telling him about mine. I was like, "It's pretty shitty out here, man." I was like, "Man, bitches ain't shit." And he's like, "Nah, man. You know, if you really want a good wife and have a great relationship, get to know the person first. Get to know him." Like he said, he was talking to his girl for 6 months. They were just on the talking stage. He said, yeah, they were having sex and stuff like that. But he was like, I really got to know her, and she grew up in poor, so she was always stressing. And he's like, I wanted to do something different in a relationship, so I made a decision of being the provider. He's like, now that's a big thing. He's like, it might not work for you because it's gold diggers out here, but for me it worked. He said, I didn't rush it, and I got my money up. So he said that he got her. Like, he wants this to work, so he wants his girl to be stress free. So he said, I'm making good money. I'm working hard, but I'm making good money to where I can go to work, come back home, and see a happy wife, And that's where it hit me, bro. Like, I was sitting on the truck, and he was like, "You good?" I'm like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, that makes sense to a certain level, you know what I'm saying? Not Now, I'm not saying not every woman are the same, and he's like, I come home and there's food made, but I make sure that my girl is okay. Like, when I get home and my food's done, I sit down and I have a conversation with her. How was your day? You know, was you bored today? Do you want to go outside the house? Do you want to go for a walk? And that's where I feel like for us it was different. It was like I was trying to build a life with another person, but bringing stress to it. So what he did, this is what I understood. What he did was basically make sure he was good to where she was good as well. Like,
yeah, I've said this plenty of times. I always quote Will Smith. He was saying, "It's not my job to make Jada happy. It's her job to make her happy." Right. You can't go into a relationship for it to be 50-50. I don't understand why people still think 100 is top. There's still 101. There's 102. We limit ourselves because we can say, "Oh, I gave 100%. Therefore, I did nothing wrong." Well, why didn't you give 101? Why didn't you give 102? You know, and I feel like in my relationship, I wanted to be everything and more. You know, I thought I was her father. I thought I was her boyfriend, her everything.
Damn.
In the sense of like, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna show you everything. And I didn't know everything. I didn't have everything. So how can I now take care of two? Like, we were dating for probably a month or so and
made a decision.
Some unfortunate, no, not even made a decision.
Oh, I thought you made the decision. You like, oh, let's have a baby.
Some unfortunate things happened with her family member.
Oh, okay.
And she started living with me like a month or so
later.
Yeah. And we were just, and then for a person with the first girlfriend and all that stuff, of course, there was just a lot of jealousy, a lot of...
you was learning. But right. Then again, that shit toxic, too.
Yeah, and I wish I didn't have to learn hands-on.
What do you mean hands-on?
In the sense of, I wish my mom would have told me, this is how you treat a lady. And then I wish my father would have been like, this is how you be a man to a lady. There's a difference. Your mom can tell you, buy her flowers, hold her hand, tell her she's beautiful. Your father can tell you, make sure you work hard every day. Make sure when that food's on the table, you appreciate the woman who just gave you that. Make sure when she is feeling down, you make her feel like she was the only girl in the world. You know? Like, yeah, there's a lot of... I see a lot of women that are prettier than some girls who I thought were pretty. I've seen girls who are uglier than girls I think of that are pretty.
Right.
But if you're still going home to that one person who through everything will love you no matter what, that's worth everything that I wish I would have had. That's like when Kanye West said, "One good girl is worth 1,000 bitches."
Where you at, bitch? Where you at? Where you at?
Hurry the fuck up. She out here getting fucked.
Fuck him.
She out here. The love of my life is out here getting fucked right now, not knowing that I'm her husband.
I'm out. That hurt.
Just slapped all of the face.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
She probably is getting fucked. Right
now. So hurry up and bring your thought ass back to me. Yeah, you don't know me.
Wait, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing I had before.
Oh, yeah. That should bring your ass over here.
Please.
So we can make a happy life.
You want some McDonald's?
Almost.
I got McDonald's money.
Hey, did you see that new new Happy Meal box is a Black Panther?
I didn't.
That shit's super cool.
But I do got the McDonald's app. And that motherfucker fire. You can buy 2 Big Macs for $4.
Oh, not bad at all.
I don't eat them, but I share them.
I really don't be eating McDonald's like that anymore. Like Chinese.
Bougie, yeah.
Chinese is really the only junk food I have.
Let me tell you something about Chinese. I love that. I love me some Chinese. I love me some Chinese food.
Not more than I love Chinese food. don't eat an Asian person.
Whoa, they be really eating out there like that. But yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah, man,
I think you did that a little too fast. Where having a baby and shit. But,
yeah,
and it was your first girlfriend.
it was.
And I feel like you need more learning.
I should have.
But like I've been through some heartbreaks that are like I was crying.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't afraid to admit it. I was crying.
I
love that.
I cried on Facebook.
I loved her. I loved that girl. But it's okay now. I learned,
Yeah.
and that's what I take from it, bro. Like at first, like I was heartbroken like a motherfucker. Like I couldn't take this shit. My mama calling. Anyway, I couldn't take that.
I feel honored.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
mama can wait.
We need to hurry
Mama.
up. We need to hurry up though.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I learned a lot. Like I know who I am because of the breakups.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first, I thought it was like me. Like I blamed other people and like her family.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were really trying to make me better, bro. Like now I see that, but then I thought they were going against me. Like that's why I don't smoke weed because it makes me lazy. Anyway, like I thought they were going against me whole time. They were trying to help me, not the way like they were rude, but they had to be rude, bro. Like I was thinking like, damn, if I would have manned up back then, everything would have been good,
Right.
type shit. But yeah, I feel like you got a lot learning. Some females ain't shit. Some females are the best. And if you're going for looks,
But don't get it twisted. Some men aren't shit either.
can't say nothing about that.
No,
Get me out of that.
I don't want women to think that we're just speaking from a man's perspective.
Yeah,
I'm really
okay.
speaking from a human perspective.
My mom.
You know, like
'cause there's been next subject. Where we go?
that'll be a whole nother podcast and a whole nother time.
Okay, perfect.
There's gonna be a lot of Hennessy because
Oh, I can bring some Hennessy.
okay.
I can bring. Oh,
What are you doing this weekend? We can have shots and podcast.
on Saturday when Ariel comes? Ariel.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have Ariel drop me off.
All right, perfect. But yeah, we're reaching almost an hour and a half. So
I'm out of here.
yeah, it's a beautiful time.
Yeah.
You told us what the guy said about how to keep a happy wife or a happy girlfriend. From your perspective and your experience with trauma and failed relationships, what are you doing now that is or what are you doing now so you can take the right steps to having that type of lifestyle that 19-year-old had, and you can look into the camera, tell them, and all that fun stuff.
So I'm just letting basically I'm just letting the female show me who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like back then.
That's all right. We're almost done.
Anyway, back then, I feel like I wanted to make a girlfriend. Like in my head, I wanted them to be this kind of way.
Right.
I wanted I pictured a girlfriend, but there was a whole different person.
Right.
So I tried to make them into that girlfriend. So what I do now is I let them be themselves. Like,
right.
Show me who you really are and what you like and how we connect and the bad things that we don't like about each other, the good things. It's just really time, a lot of, just thinking by myself and seeing a future. Cause I'm not dating just to fuck. I'm dating to have a family, own house, own property, and just have a different way of the family I know. Like most of my family members are single now, like the uncles, aunties, and shit. But now I'm not worrying about fucking. Like I can push that to the side You know what I'm saying? If you just trying to fuck and just spend money, stay away from me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're trying to grow together and build a bond and actually understand each other to the max, like put effort into it, and I see that, then that's what's gonna attract me. Cause I mean, we gonna be fucking, but that's at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the bonus.
Yeah, that's the bonus. You
Or
know
the boner. Anyway, it's been a lovely podcast. I really enjoyed this.
On Gangi.
We need to do this some more. This was supposed to be a regular thing, but life happens. Well, yeah, hopefully we can make it a regular thing.
Oh man, this is fun.
Yeah,
Some Hennessy. Some Hennessy and we'd be good, man. Four Locos.
I had it for a look the other day. It was
It was that?
It was
Your mama level.
She used to.
Oh,
Now she's a Bacardi person.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
a church lady. Shut up. I got you, Mama Sheila. There's your favorite son on here. Over here with the black shirt.
Anyway, for everyone who is dealing with trauma or dealing with things in the past where it seems like there's no way out, understand that hope is there, love is there. You just have to sacrifice your comfortability with fear and overcome that fear to see the brightness of the life that should be given to you. You know, everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to be loved.
Right.
And I don't know, man. I feel like we reach everything. I always try to.
It's
give,
your
like,
choice.
Yeah, if you want it, you'll take it.
Right. All you have to do is work hard for it.
Right.
I used to be a bum. Dead ass. No, not bums. No, I've never been homeless, but I used to be a person that liked to play video games and not give a fuck about money. But now it's all different. Now it's all about making life better, and I think that way now because of the choices I made. Mm-hmm. So if I can make that choice, you can too.
Yeah, and this man, he'll probably one day tell you all that he's done. In relationships, I'm very proud of him. I'm happy of the man that you became. I'm hoping you stop fucking going to these clubs and start streaming.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I'm done with clubs after this weekend or the next one. I'm changing. I'm dead ass changing because it's taking a toll on my pockets.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm gonna change. I'm still learning. From life and how to cope with pain. Because you can see me happy right here, but I'm going through some shit, you know. And I don't try to be angry all the time. And people see me at work and tell me, "Oh, you're the happiest person," you know. "Oh, you goofy," or "You come in. Why you got so much energy?" There's this old man that hates me at work because I come in and I try to act like Kevin Hart or something and try to be funny. And he's like, "Why you got so much energy?" Damn, old man, my bad. Get some pussy or something. Fuck, nigga, I'm just happy. I'm fucking going through stuff. I'm struggling, man. I'm just trying to be, just trying to be happy at work.
Yeah.
Trying to make it better.
Well, I'm gonna close it out with this quote that I heard, and it's just 3 words or 4 words, and it was like, "Continue to live," and that to me, it means, regardless of what you go through, regardless of what you've seen or experienced, continue to live. Continue to give yourself an opportunity to better your situation. Give yourself a chance. You deserve that much. You do not deserve to live in the same position that you grew up in or that you've witnessed. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. So continue to live. From us to you, may your pain be champagne.
Yes, sir.